right, so we're starting our financial literacy unit today, and there's a couple of things that we are going to take a look at. One of those things being sales tax, but we have already gone over sales tax earlier in the year, so let's just go ahead and review. So before getting into actually calculating sales tax, we need to remember how to calculate or convert a percent into a decimal. Really easy. All you need to do is move the decimal 2 times to the left. Okay? So let's take a look at number 1. Convert 6% into a decimal. So 6% is just like saying 6.0%, right? We're going to throw that decimal in there so we don't get confused. Now all you need to do is take your decimal, move it 2 times to the left, and anytime you see an open space, go ahead and add that 0. So 6% as a decimal is 0.06. Okay? 12.5% into a decimal. Let's go ahead and rewrite our percent. We already have a decimal, so let's just move it 2 times to the left, and we're just going to get 0.125, and that one was pretty easy, right? And number 3, convert 8.5% into a decimal. Once again, go ahead and rewrite it. We already have our decimal. Let's just move it 2 times to the left. We have an open space, so let's throw that 0 in there. So 8.5% as a decimal is 0.085. Okay, so really easy to convert your percentage to a decimal. Just move it 2 times to the left. Now let's talk about sales tax. Some of y'all remember that sales tax is a tax that is added to the price of goods and services based on the sales tax rate. And your sales tax rate is a percent. Okay, so that's why we went over changing our percents to decimals. Now, in the past, we used our percent proportion to solve for percents, but I want to make it a little easier for you guys. This unit, when we're talking about sales tax and percents, I just want to change our percents into a decimal and then multiply. If you look around the room, you might find a calculating sales tax anchor chart. It has your 3 steps to figure out your sales tax rate and then your total purchase, okay? So step 1 will be to convert the percent into a decimal. Step 2 is to multiply the price and the decimal. And if you're looking for the total, you simply add the tax to the price. Let's take a look at this first question here. We need to find the sales tax on a $15 purchase if the tax rate is 8%. So for this one, we are just finding sales tax, okay? Our price is $15, and our tax rate is 8%. So let's get into the habit of doing a quick little chart to figure out our sales tax and our total, okay? The first thing I want you to do is go ahead and draw 3 columns. So here we're going to convert our percent, okay? Here we're going to figure out our tax, just our tax, and the last part is going to be our total. In order to figure out our total, we have to add, okay? So let's take a look. If we have 8%, let's convert that to a decimal. Remember, simply move it 2 times over to the left, put a 0 in empty spaces. So 8% is 0.08, okay? So that's the decimal we're going to use to multiply. Now, in order to figure out our tax, we need to multiply our price times our percent. Okay, so 5 times 8, 40. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12. Placeholder here, 0 times 5 is 0, 0 times 1 is 0. Add it up. 0 plus 0 is 0, 2 plus 0 is 2, 1 plus 0 is 1. Now we're not done yet. We have a decimal up here, so we need to make sure we have a decimal in our answer. There's 2 decimals, or 2 numbers behind the decimal, so we move it over 2 times to the left. So our sales tax, and just the sales tax, is $1.20, okay? So if it's just asking for sales tax, that is all you would do. If it were to ask for the total purchase, right, you would just add your price to your sales tax, and that will give you the total. But this one is not asking for total, so we're not going to worry about that part, okay? All right, let's take a look at the second one. If you spent $25, so that's your price, and the sales tax rate is 7%, how much is your total purchase? So this one's going to be a little different, okay? Let's go ahead and set up our chart. Our percent, our tax, and our total. All right, so 7% is our tax rate. Change that into a decimal by moving it over 2 times to the left. You get 0.07, okay? Now let's figure out our tax, right? Multiply your price by your sales tax as a percent. 5 times 7, 35. 7 times 2, 14. Plus 3, 17. Placeholder. 0 times 5 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. Add them up. Once again, we're not done yet. We have 2 numbers behind the decimal up here. So we're going to move this over 2 times to the left. So our tax is $1.75. But this one's asking for the total purchase, right? So we're going to add $25 because that is our price before tax. So $1.75, and we get $26.75 for our total purchase, okay? So you need to make sure you know whether you're looking for just the tax or the total, because they will say what is the sales tax if it's just the tax, and they will say what is the total or what is the final price if it's looking for the total, okay? All right, let's take a look at this one. You buy a shirt for $12, some pants for $13.50, and a pair of socks for $2.25. What is the amount of sales tax if the sales tax rate is 8%? All right, so we have 8% for our tax rate. We need to add $12, $13.50, and $2.25 to figure out what our price will be, okay? Let's go ahead and do that over here. So I have $12, $13.50, and $2.25. What is 0 plus 0 plus 5? That's 5. 0 plus 5 plus 2 is 7. 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 2 is 7. And 1 plus 1 is 2. Do not forget about your rule of adding decimals. You have to line them up. So $27.75, that's our total price. That's our price of our stuff before tax. Now let's go ahead and make our chart. I have my percent. I have my tax and total. All right. So 8%. Change that to a decimal, 0.08. My price was $27.75, and you multiply that times 0.08. 5 times 8 is 40. 8 times 7 is 56, plus 4 is 60. 8 times 7 again is 56, plus 6 is 62. And 8 times 2 is 16, plus 6 is 22, okay? Put my placeholder there. I have 0 times 5 is 0, 0 times 7 is 0, 0 times 7 again is 0, and 0 times 2 is 0. Add those up. 0, 0, 2, 2, 2. Now, how many numbers do I have behind the decimal? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's $2.22. Is this question asking for the total? Nope, it's just asking for sales tax, so we're not even going to worry about that part, okay? Now our last one, let's take a look. What is the final price of a $75 purchase with a tax rate of 6%? Go ahead and make your chart, your percent, your tax, and your total. All right, 6%, change to a decimal is 0.06. Our price is $75, so let's multiply that times 0.06 to get our sales tax. 5 times 6 is 30. 6 times 7 is 42, plus 3 is 45. Go ahead and put our placeholder. 0 times 5 is 0. 0 times 7 is 0. Add those up. I have 2 numbers behind the decimal, so move it over 2 times to the left. So our sales tax is $4.50. Is this one asking for the total or the final? Yes, it is. All right, so we have to take our tax and add it to our price. So our price is $75. Our tax is $4.50. Add those up. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. And 7 plus 0 is 7. So our total purchase, or our final purchase for this, is $79.50. All right. Now it's time to get some more practice in. We're going to play a Kahoot.